Welcome to Cert Empire. Okay, so if you're mapping out your Google Cloud certification path for 2026, you are probably staring down a pretty massive fork in the road right now. Should you tackle the Associate Cloud Engineer exam first or go straight for the Professional Cloud Architect? Well, I'm here to tell you that choosing the wrong certification level right out of the gate can literally waste months of intense prep time, not to mention cost you up to $200 in exam fees. We definitely want to avoid that. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly which path you should take based on your actual real-world experience so you can maximize your study time and, of course, your career ROI. Let's get into it. Here is our quick game plan for today. We'll cover 1. Comparing the two exams. 2. The core difference. 3. AC's operational competency. 4. PCA's architectural judgment. 5. The salary impact. And 6. Which one you should actually take first. Starting right off with Section 1, comparing the two exams, looking at the costs, validations, and baseline requirements. To put things into perspective, the ACE and the PCA aren't actually competing against each other. They're just different stages of the exact same Google Cloud career path. The Associate Cloud Engineer exam costs $125, generally requires about 6 months of hands-on Google Cloud experience, and this is a nice perk. It stays valid for 3 full years. On the flip side, the Professional Cloud Architect exam is going to run you $200. It's valid for only 2 years, and the recommended experience takes a huge jump. We're talking 3+ years in the industry with at least a solid year of hands-on GCP architecture work. And keep in mind, both of these have a notoriously strict retake policy. If you fail, you wait 14 days, then 60 days, and then a full calendar year. So yeah, getting it right the first time is absolutely critical. Moving right along to Section 2, the crucial distinction, or basically how these exams actually test your brain. Understanding this single difference is basically the secret sauce that will dictate your entire preparation strategy. The AC is all about testing your ability to execute tasks using GCP tools. It's operational. The PCA, however, tests your ability to align business contexts with complex architectural trade-offs. It's not just that the PCA is a harder exam, it's that they require entirely different cognitive modes. One exam is literally asking you, hey, which GCP service does this correctly? While the other is asking, okay, but which architecture best fits this specific company's business model? Let's dive a bit deeper into Section 3, ACE, Validating Operational Competency, which is your hands-on baseline. When you sit for the Associate Cloud Engineer exam, you're going to be hammered on practical, in-the-weeds, hands-on tasks. Do you know how to deploy a compute engine instance with the exact right machine type? Can you properly configure a Google Kubernetes engine cluster from scratch? Are you able to set up cloud IAM roles without giving away the keys to the kingdom? And can you monitor those resources using cloud logging? Basically, every single question drops a specific operational task in your lap and expects you to know the exact clicks, commands, and services to pull it off. Because of this heavy operational focus, hands-on lab time is non-negotiable for the ACE. You absolutely cannot just read the documentation and expect to pass. Timeline-wise, if you already have 6 to 12 months of GCP experience, you're probably looking at 4 to 6 weeks of prep. Coming from an AWS or Azure background, plan for about 6 to 8 weeks, mostly just to learn the Google way of naming and doing things. And if you are totally brand new to cloud computing, you'll want to give yourself a solid 8 to 12 weeks of focused, hands-on grinding. Now let's pivot to Section 4, PCA, Testing Architectural Judgment. This is where you put on your enterprise architect hat. The PCA journey is a whole different beast. It takes that operational foundation and asks you to design the skyscraper. You'll be tested on planning massive cloud migrations, balancing crazy high scalability with super strict budget constraints, and here's the tricky part, choosing between technically valid options based purely on what the business actually needs. For example, you need to know exactly when a company should use Cloud SQL versus Cloud Spanner, based on whether they need global consistency or just straightforward relational simplicity. You are designing for maximum security, compliance, and rock-solid reliability. And here is the biggest hurdle of the PCA. You literally cannot memorize your way out of this one. Roughly 20 to 30% of the entire exam relies on 4 pre-published case studies. You've got Mount Kirk Games needing massive global scale for mobile gaming, Dress for Win, a fashion e-commerce site trying to manage wild seasonal traffic spikes, Terramirth, which is dealing with an ocean of IoT sensor data for predictive maintenance, and the Helicopter Racing League, which needs live video streaming analytics. You have to study and internalize the unique business quirks of these fictitious companies long before you ever walk into the testing center. Since the PCA heavily rewards genuine design experience rather than just fact recall, your study timeline is entirely dependent on how many real-world architectural decisions you've actually made. If you're a seasoned multi-cloud architect, you might knock this out in 4 to 6 weeks. But if you hold an ACE and have, say, a year or two of general exposure, budget 10 to 14 weeks. If you have your ACE but almost zero actual architecture exposure, you'll need about 14 to 18 weeks to really bake in that high-level judgment. All right, moving to Section 5, salary and career impact, or as we like to call it, the real ROI of all this hard work. The salary differences here are pretty striking for sure. Being an ACE cloud engineer is a fantastic starting point, bringing it up to $130,000 in the US. But the PCA, it consistently ranks among the absolute highest paying IT certifications globally. We're talking median salaries often exceeding $146,000, with senior architects regularly pushing past $195,000. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't AWS have more job postings? Yes, but the GCP talent pool is significantly smaller. Certified GCP architects are incredibly scarce, which means companies are willing to pay a massive premium to get their hands on people who can actually prove they have these advanced skills. Finally, Section 6. Which should you take first? Let's build your 2026 decision tree. Let's make this highly practical and tailored to you. If you have somewhat limited GCP experience, around 6 to 12 months, play it smart and begin with the ACE. If you are migrating over from AWS or Azure, take the ACE first to learn Google's specific operational mechanics and then tackle the PCA. What if you're aiming for specialized careers like data, machine learning, or security? Again, take the ACE as your baseline before branching off into those specialty certs. But if you are an experienced professional with 3+ years in the industry and you are already in the trenches making architecture decisions on GCP, you have the green light to skip the ACE entirely and proceed directly to the PCA. Now, as you finalize your choice and kick off your prep, whether you're using Google's awesome Coursera content or their hands-on Skills Boost labs, just remember that Cert Empire is a fantastic resource for that final stretch of studying. They provide exam-style practice dumps and scenario questions that are specifically designed to test that high-level reasoning and trade-off analysis rather than just raw memorization. It's honestly exactly what you need to calibrate your pacing and get truly exam-ready. So, it all comes down to this. Are you building the foundation right now, or are you ready to design the skyscraper? You get to choose your path. Drop a comment below with your current experience level and tell us which exam you're targeting for 2026. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the Cert Empire channel for a lot more valuable certification guidance. Keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you in the next explainer.